Welcome back everyone to my Manchester United save on FM17. Now things are starting to get real. We are into the Champions League quarterfinals after we knocked Barcelona out in the knockout stages. We are set to take on Leverkusen and I will be playing both legs in today's episode. Now the last episode we played Man City and Tottenham. And since then, I've only played 2 games off camera, the first being this one at home to West Ham, where we beat them 3-0, thanks to goals from Henrik Mkhitaryan and 2 from Robert Lewandowski. And then we smashed Sunderland at Old Trafford 4-1. Juan Mata picked up an injury in this game, also got a goal as well, but you can see broken ribs, which has ruled him out for 2 to 3 weeks. And it's pretty much ruled him out of the Champions League quarter-final. Our injury list at the moment is rapidly growing and they're all key players that are out for us at the moment. We could really do with them. We've got some important fixtures coming up. We've got Mata out now. If I just show you guys our injury list, we've got Luke Shaw out. He's out with strained knee ligaments. He's out for 2 to 3 weeks. It's a long time considering how many fixtures we've got left and the importance of them as well. You know that Mata's out. Andre Horta is out with a groin strain. He's only out for 3 to 7 days, but it'll probably take him just a little bit longer to get his match fitness back up to scratch. These injuries, though, they seem to be really stretching the squad at the moment, really pushing us to our limits. You know, we've got Paul Pogba out injured for the rest of the season too. So after our last 2 wins against West Ham and Sunderland, we're still in third, 2 points behind league leaders Arsenal. They're a point above their North London rivals Tottenham. It's getting so tense. 32 games played, not many remaining. On that weekend, we beat Sunderland 4-1. You can see that Arsenal drew 0-0 against Hull. And Tottenham also drew. So we was able to close that gap, which has now opened up. We're in for one hell of an end to the season. What a thrill ride. I mean, you look at Arsenal's last couple of fixtures. They're not in any other competition now. They've got Derby, Bournemouth, Watford, Swansea, Cardiff, West Ham. Pretty simple for Arsenal. You'd expect them to do well. For Tottenham, they're still in the Champions League. They've got Chelsea in the quarterfinals, but in the Premier League they've got West Brom, Chelsea at home, then Everton, Southampton, Hull and Derby County. I'm hoping that Tottenham slip up against Chelsea and Everton in the league, but you know, they're in such a good form at the moment. Whereas for us, we've got Stoke next in the league. We're still in the FA Cup, so that's an extra fixture. Then we've got West Brom, Chelsea, Everton, Southampton and Hull. I would say we've probably got the more difficult fixtures to come. Right, let's do this. Manchester United away to Bayer Leverkusen in the Champions League quarterfinals. Yet to play them in this save. They've gone with Leno in goal. They've got Dragovic and Tar as the 2 centre-halves. Bender starts. So does Andre Hahn. They've got Javier Hernandez. Little P starts against his former side Manchester United. How well are they doing in the Bundesliga? They're in 5th. Probably no chance of getting into a Champions League spot. They're 3 points off it. They might be able to just do it. But for United, I've changed formation to the 5-2-3. I expect it to perform well. We've got De Gea, Smalling, Bailly and Hummels all starting. Blind and Lindelof as the 2 wing-backs. We've got Herrera and Gadelli in central midfield. Martial, Mkhitaryan out wide and Lewandowski up front, who knows a bit about Leverkusen. We've got Rashford, Januzaj, Fosu, Mensah all starting on the bench. Good goal kick. Good distribution from Leno. Going to go to defensive here as I feel as though Leverkusen have just got a handle in this game. Campbell goes for the shot and it's just over. Gadelli with the free kick. Takes it short to Chris Smalling. Here is Herrera. Loses out. Straight to Smalling again. Ball's just all over the place at the moment. It's been a very scrappy game. Mkhitaryan. Can he get past his man? Nope. He's going to have to give it back to Herrera, who loses out. It's on for Hernandez, who's just going to be able to run at our defence. And Bailly steals it off him. He was born to defend. Now it's on for Martial. Martial, ambitious effort. What are you doing? You should not be shooting from there. Coming up to the 60th minute here. Still 0-0. Going to retain possession. I'm thinking of switching back to the 4-2-3-1. Go back to defensive here. Going to make a bit of a tactical change. That 5-2-3 formation, it's kind of like a work in progress. I mean, I used it a few times in pre-season. It seemed to have worked okay. And I've used it a couple of times earlier in the season. But what I'm going to do here is switch back to the 4-2-3-1. I'm going to keep Bailly on and I'm going to take off Hummels, I think. Put Bay there. What we can do is bring on Rashford, maybe Januzaj. We need a number 10. We could put Mkhitaryan number 10 and then bring on Rashford. Maybe switch those two round. And maybe bring on Zlatan. We'll leave it at that for now though. And just the one change. We've made the formation change as well. We'll go back to defensive. Yeah, everything's okay there. Sweet. Let's see what happens then. We'll encourage the players. I think I'd take, the way the game's going, I think I'd take a 0-0 draw into the second leg. They've got a corner here, it's cleared. It's on to Muller. Linnety's found the top corner. Wow. It's 1-0 to Bayer Leverkusen. Just under 10 minutes to go. What a finish that is. It's an absolute thunderbolt. Top bin. Linnety just fires it. Oh, so unfortunate that he couldn't get a fingertip to that. It looks like we're going to go into the second leg then, back at Old Trafford, trailing by a goal on aggregate, unless we can get a late equaliser here. Herrera, pass the ball. He's gone for goal and it's straight at Lino. He needs to be passing. Bailly, we've improved ever so slightly in the last 2 minutes. Oh dear, as soon as I say that, we just go and give the ball away too cheaply. And it's Muller on the move. Can't get past Blind. Blind puts it out for a throw. Yeah, that should be about it. It's going to finish 1-0 to Bayer Leverkusen. There we go, the final whistle. Bayer Leverkusen go into the second leg. They will come to Old Trafford with the upper hand, but it's only a goal. It's only half time, another 90 minutes to go. Can we overturn it? We'll be back at Old Trafford as well. Hopefully we can. Welcome back everyone, here we go. So Manchester United against Leverkusen, the first leg ended 1-0 after that late strike from Linnety. Since then I've played just the one game off camera against Stoke. We just about beat them here. It finished 2-1 to United. They did get a penalty. Jonathan Kileri scored it in the 69th minute. We did open up the scoring through Henrik Mkhitaryan. But as soon as they got that equaliser through the penalty, Robert Lewandowski decided, no, we're going to get ourselves back in the lead. And just seconds after they scored that equaliser, he went and made it 2-1 and we hung in there. So that is the league table. As it stands, it's still all very tight. Something's got to give. Who's going to slip up here? We're in third. We're just a point behind Spurs, 2 points behind Arsenal still. Here we go then. Let's see if we can overturn this 1-0 deficit. It's back to the 4-2-3-1 then for the second leg against Bayer Leverkusen in the Champions League quarterfinals. It's De Gea that starts in goal. Lindelof, Hummels, Smalling and Blind at the back. I've gone with Ander Herrera and Gudelj in central midfield. Gudelj starts due to that match sharpness, but Horta is back on the bench, a good option to have. We've got Januzaj starting in number 10, as Horta can only really play 45 minutes and I prefer to bring him on in the second half. But for Leverkusen, pretty much the same side that they put out against us in the first leg. Hahn starts, so does Hernandez, who returns to Old Trafford. They've got Dragovic and Bender starting, and Muller and Linnety, who scored the first goal, on the bench. So it's Leverkusen that gets started here then at Old Trafford. Big 90 minutes to come. Can we overturn that 1-0 deficit? We need to get them early. We're set to attacking and just dominate from the off really. Mkhitaryan, we're already making our intentions known. The ball in the box, but it's Hernandez now. Looking to tear our defence apart. Went for goal. It's just gone wide. Not worrying De Gea, who's route to the spot. You can see the amount of possession we've already had. Mkhitaryan with the free kick. Back out to Mkhitaryan. Finds Januzaj. Januzaj to Gudelj. To Martial. It's 1-0. 1-0. What a start. 13 minutes in. 1-0. 1-1 on aggregate. All started with that free kick from Mkhitaryan to Januzaj that found Gudelj. And look at the space Martial was in. Hit it first time. Found that bottom corner. Mkhitaryan with another free kick. Swings it in. It's Leno that's off his line. And collects it. It's worrying times now for Leverkusen. Lindelof. Back to De Gea. Needs to be passing it. There we go to Blind. Herrera. On first time for Januzaj. Recycling the ball quickly here. And with intent. Out wide to Lindelof. Brilliant. Mkhitaryan back to Lindelof. Herrera can't be losing the ball there. What are you doing? Hernandez in that left channel again. Cuts inside, gone for goal on his right foot. But again, it's wide. Doesn't seem to be worrying us too much at the moment, Hernandez. I'm surprised it's he's set to shoot on sight, I think. They're not really getting forwards as much as they were in the first leg. We're going to be calm here and encourage the players. I'm on the touchline, clapping my hands together. We need that second goal. That is half time then. Huge 45 minutes coming up. I don't want to take this into extra time. We'll be assertive. I know a lot of you want to avenge Leverkusen for the first leg, and there's some advice to apply as well. Here we go then. Come on, United. Can we book ourselves into the semi-finals of the Champions League? Herrera losing the ball again, but Januzaj is there to Smalling. He's going to find Martial. Then they're going to hoof this. Looking for Hernandez. He was never going to beat Hummels to that. Herrera. Out wide to Martial. Januzaj. Come on, United. That's a poor ball. Smalling a bit quicker to it, please. Back to Blind. Januzaj. There's going to be a mix-up here. I can see something happening. The way we seem to be so nervous on the ball for some reason. Gidelli to Januzaj. See what I mean? Herrera to Mkhitaryan. They're getting in close to us, and they're making the challenge. Here is Lewandowski! Yes! Get in! 2-0. 2-1 on aggregate. And that is just the perfect example of Lewandowski's quality. I didn't think we were going to get anything from this attack because they're so compact at the back, Leverkusen. But look at the way Lewandowski turns on the ball. What a goal! Just going to make a change here. I'm going to bring on Horta then. Introduce him slowly back. We'll take off Herrera, who I feel he keeps... I mean, he's had so many occasions where he's just getting dispossessed. He's losing the ball so cheaply. So we'll take him off, bring on Horta. He could play alongside Gidelli. Blind now with the throw. And it's Tar that picks it up and gives it to Hernandez. Well done, Horta. Welcome back. Mkhitaryan. Januzaj to Horta now. Out wide to Martial. This is a good build-up. Mkhitaryan put under a bit of pressure there. He was surrounded by 3 Leverkusen players. Horta to Januzaj. Martial. He's going to go it alone. Oh, for God's sake, Martial. Gidelli. Horta. Oh, what a ball that is to Blind. Blind in. Mkhitaryan makes it 3-0. And that's going to be the tie there. Surely that is the goal that has booked our place in this season's Champions League semi-finals. Horta with the brilliant lofted ball to find that run of Blind. He went for goal. Leno saved. Left the goal wide open for Mkhitaryan to just slot it into that bottom corner. It's now 3-0, 3-1 on aggregate. And as it stands, we are through to the semis. Lindelof with the cross into the box. We're looking to add a 4th to this game. Oh, brilliant. Blind. It is 4, and it's Martial who has got the goal. He certainly deserves that. He's had quite a few chances in this game, and they've just gone wide or gone over into the crowd. And he's got his 2nd goal for his troubles. Blind with that run. I'm not sure what this lad's doing over here. Just poor from Leverkusen. They've really crumbled in this second half. They've really let this tie fall out of their hands. Disappointing from Bayer Leverkusen. Could we be on for a 5th? Gidelli to Horta. Ever since Horta's come on, he's been like the engine room for us. And Hernandez, there we go. 4-0. To Manchester United, and we are going into the Champions League semi-finals for the first time in this save. We've made so much progress. 3rd season in as well. We dominated this game. Looks like Chelsea are through. Also, Martial had 2 goals. Lewandowski, brilliant. I do like seeing headlines like that. United win in Champions League quarter-final. We did indeed overturn that first leg defeat. I mean, Leverkusen, they were okay in that first leg, but I reckon we could have done something against them in that game. Shame we couldn't, but we did well in the second leg, right? Well, here we go. This is the moment we've all been waiting for. For the first time in this save, we're going to find out who we've been drawn against in the Champions League semi-finals. Look at the teams that are in the hat. You've got PSG, who were last season's winners and the season previous to that as well. They overturned their loss from the first leg against Bayern Munich. They went through after beating them 2-0 and on aggregate as well. So very fortunate for them. Bayern Munich obviously poor on the day. But Chelsea beat Tottenham 4-1. It finished 5-4 on aggregate there. Former United player Jesse Lingard getting a goal for Tottenham. Well, the only goal. But they did well, Chelsea, to overturn their loss in the first leg. But let's see who we're going to get in the semi-finals, right? So United, Chelsea, Inter Milan and PSG. Inter Milan were the team that knocked us out last season in the knockout stages. We're now in the semis. So who's out first? It is Inter Milan at home in the first leg to Manchester United. Unbelievable! And it's Chelsea against last season's Champions League winners PSG in the other fixture there. We've got Inter Milan again in the Champions League. As I just said, they are the team that knocked us out last season in the knockout stages. And now we've got them this time in the semi-finals. Can we exact a bit of revenge on them? Can we knock them out of the Champions League? You can see we did so well in the group stages last season. Where are we? So we beat them at the San Siro, finished 2-1 there. So we had those 2 away goals, but they came to Old Trafford. If you remember, it was such a dramatic way to be knocked out of the Champions League. They overturned their defeat from the first leg, beating us 3-2. So the next episode, I'm not going to be covering the FA Cup semi-final, or the West Brom game, or the Chelsea game. I'm just going to jump straight into those 2 legs against Inter Milan in the Champions League semi-final. What a huge episode that is going to be. So be sure to join me for that to find out whether we can make the Champions League final and whether we made the FA Cup final, if we can beat Newcastle and if we can continue our good run in the Premier League. I'll see you all there. Thanks for watching.